It's not the current one.
It's not the current one.
That's not the current one. We did some few things last week. It's not the current one. Do we all have the current updated version where we stopped on Monday, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it on my back.
Do we have it?
So
Do we have it? Not yet. Okay, let me upload that so that those that don't have it can quickly download where we. Your section is 004. Okay. Let me close this. So I will upload the current version 004. What did we save it as? Is it URI?
No URI.
No URI. Okay. I hope I've not overwritten. This is 004, right? Or 00. 003. Just finished. 003. Okay. I think I didn't save the one for the class. But I know where we stopped is let me just figure it out. Let me figure it out. I know we're about creating the nav element, right?
Yeah, I think we finish off with this right.
So
I guess it'd be V6 sample section 4.
V6 sample section 004, right? Okay. Time 31st. What was Monday's date? Monday was
31st.
31st. Okay, I'm sure this is your file. Thank you. Okay, so I will put that up now and let's see. Use my glasses. Let me cancel this. Example from this one, section 004. Let me upload it first into the Visual Studio and be sure it's the right one. let me just confirm then I will upload this. Apply successfully.
You cannot see any files in there.
CD. I say CD client one. Now I'm having two.
And it should be those anyway.
I'm having
I
two
think you
files
should
there.
just wait for Professor.
Let me copy. You can't use the one I have. Remember, I created a new folder, so I can't upload this because it's seeing the clients, it's seeing two of this. And I want to move this. Okay, let me use the one from another class. Let me just copy. Today is third, right?
Six.
002.
She's saying wait.
Okay.
She will set the group up this week. She said she's still working now with the group. So it's update before she chooses.
So your class was on Monday, right? Section 004. Okay, yesterday I had the class. Section 3. I should copy the one for section 003. Let me go to the one for section 003. Okay, for those of us that have the file, just open it on your system. You can get from, don't you have it? Hello?
Yeah.
Don't you have it? The file, where we stored?
So my one? My one is not working.
On Monday, it's not working.
Yeah, it's had like some kind of error.
Okay. So that we can be fast. I'm just trying to copy. So were we able to create, I sent a text, a notepad, I used the notepad editor to send the nav that we ought to have created in class, right? We said we are going to edit some few things. Did we create that? Were we able to complete that?
I don't think I looked at it.
Huh?
I don't think I looked at it.
Or I think it's this class, right? We're trying to create the nav bar and
We didn't start.
okay, we didn't get to that point. We only did the app started, right? Okay, we only launched the application and we saw that it was working. Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay, so for those of us that you said you had an error,
No, we need to use them.
we need to fix that error because because we have gone way. Okay, can you share your file with him?
No, I think I just
Because even the file I'm going to start with now, we we have gone a step ahead. I'm just going to say it by words of mouth so that we can follow through and get to that point as well. Right. Okay. So we're trying to unzip. So if you go back to, have you gotten the file now? Is it working now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you can share with her. So do we all have the file, the startup file now? Where we stopped on Monday, right? We all are on the same page. I just want to be sure. So that if you don't have it, let me know. Do you have the file? Do you have it? Where we stopped on Monday? Do you have it? No. So get from someone. Please network and get from someone. The one I posted on eCentennial, we have moved beyond that. That was the startup file for Monday. So get from one of the guys seated close to you, right? So that you can be on the same page. So, as I'm still unzipping the file that I want to use as a startup file, so go to the SRC folder, the SRC folder for Angular that we created. So if you go to your SRC folder, so open the SRC folder, you have the app file there. Open the app file. Are we all there?
Just waiting to extract the file and just trying to unzip it, so.
You are still unzipping.
Yeah.
The same thing what I have here. So, okay, let's just give because of time. So let me just continue. We'll come back to that. Since he's on the right track, then we can get from there. So in the app file, in the SRC folder, you are meant to open the app.components.html. App.components.html. So delete all what you have here in the app.component.html. Once you open it, delete. You need the last line, please. Leave the router. You remove everything except the router. I've worked on this one, so let me see whether it's still valid. If you scroll down, I think I've worked on this one. Let me see. Okay, so this one is still valid. Right. So you delete everything you have in there except the router. You leave the router, so highlight all what you have from this point. Delete, and we want to create the router. We want to create the nav bar. So but still leave that. So to create that nav bar element, you can go to Bootstrap, right? Or you can go to Bootstrap, or you can. So let's delete it first, save it. Once you delete and save, go back and run your browser window. Let's be sure everything is still working. Remember ng serve dash open, right? So once you delete that, run it and make sure it's running. Save it, go back, launch and check your browser window. Make sure everything is okay. Is it still working?
I'm just waiting the updated file.
Oh my god.
I'm zipping it, it's taking forever. I don't know why.
Which one are you unzipping?
No, I'm zipping it, last week's.
Okay, you kept it somewhere, right? Okay, that's a nice, good idea. So, everybody's still unzipping.
Yeah, it takes so long.
Because of Angular.
There are a lot of files.
Yeah. Okay, if you have deleted, launch it in the browser window and be sure it's still working for you. Save, and be sure it's still working for you. Okay. Okay.
Still have the Just trying to think pressure to send it to the
So are we out there? If I delete this, I don't know what happens. Let me see if I can delete this. Oh. I wanted to delete the client. I deleted client 1. Oh, client 1 is still there. Okay, I wanted to use the. No, I wanted client 1. So, I think just got deleted. Okay. We're still trying to run. It's so slow. It's generating the bundles now. Okay, has it finished unzipping? Forever. Almost. Okay. Okay, I think we are all at this point, right? Right. Okay. We are all here, right? This is where we stop. Okay. So I said open the app.component.html, go to your the source folder, and in the source folder you have the app, open the app component.html file, and I said you delete everything you have there except the router outlet. So you can save this, right? It should still say compile successfully, right? Go back to your browser window and refresh. It should be blank. Go back to your browser window, you see that it's blank. So we want to create that HTML app component from the scratch. Right. So let's go back to the app component HTML file. So we'll start building, our app now. The default one was the one we had earlier. So open another terminal. Open a new terminal. Open a new terminal. Then you change to that directory, to that workspace. CD. Yours is client. Mine is client 1. Please take note of that. Mine is client 1. Yours is client. So don't type client 1 or else it won't be in your workspace. So change your directory to go to your client, to the workspace. Right. So once you are in that workspace, we are going to generate the component for the partials for the header and for the footer, right? Remember when we did the Express, when we created the Express JS server, we created partials, and we all know what partials does. For partials, you'll be able to replicate the nav bar on all the pages, and that's for the partials for the header. For the footer also, you'll be able to duplicate all the same for your footer. So to do that, we will do we are going to generate the components for the partials. So we will issue the command ng means angular space generate space component. We want it to generate component. The type of component we want it to generate for us is component for the partials / for the partials for the header, right? So we press enter. So to create the components, the header component. So it's to create the component for the header. So for the header component, we have the HTML, the CSS, the TS file. So let's open the header.component.ts. So you see the partials folder. Click on that partials folder. Click on that partials folder. We have the header. We've only created the header component. So you have all the components for the partials for the header, right? So in that folder, we have the header component, CSS, header component, HTML, header component, TS. So open the header component TS. Right. So we'll copy. Let me scroll down. So in the components, we have the component as component. We have the selector, which is app-header. Right. So we'll copy this selector app-header. We copy it, and we'll go back to the app component.html. Go back to the app. So the next one, this is app. Click on the app component.html. What we have there by default is header works, right? So we are going to change this for it to reflect the header of the app. So I will paste that, Ctrl+V. I will open and close the app header. Open the app header element and close it. So we can save this. Right. So you can, if you save that, you go back to your browser window. If it's still, maybe you have to relaunch the app. You have to remember we have terminated that. If you relaunch it, it will say header works. So save that. You can relaunch your ng-serve.open. You can relaunch it and see what you have there. And we are still going to make the footer. So to create the footer, running on another port. Okay, let's run another port. In as much as it's displaying what I want. Okay, so if you launch yours, what do you have? Nothing, still nothing. Nothing?
Check the version.
We put it in the header component by accident, not the app component.
Oh. It should show header works. So that means we have to go back. We ought to put it in the header component. Okay, we have copied it and we are meant to put it in the app component.html. So where did we put it?
The header component.
Oh, so go back. The header component.html is not meant to be at the header component.html. So undo, so that you have what you have there, right? So we are meant to put it in the app component. So go to the app component.html. App component.html before the router. You paste it there. Sorry for that. I think what I said is different from what I did. Okay. So save it. If you go back to the browser window, so you see app works. Okay, there is an error. I think I left one out. So this shows you what will appear on the header. We are still going to change it to our nav bar, right? So we just want to be sure it's working, right? Okay, so if you refresh, you will see it says header works, so we will still replace it with our nav bar, right? So we're going to add the footer as well. We'll just create the footer, then we'll go ahead and use Bootstrap to bring in the nav bar, right? So to make the footer as well, so let's go back. You can stop the server from running, Control C. So we need to add the component for the partials for the footer. So ng space generate. Sorry? Sorry? Make sure you are still in the same workspace. Client, ng generate, go to generate component for the partials for the footer now. The one we did was for header. Remember the one we did earlier on was for header and it displayed the header. So this will be ng, this is for footer. ng generate component partials / footer. You press enter. So it has created that for the footer, both the HTML and CSS and the TS file. So let's open the app.component.html. So if you go to, we have partials, now we have both for footer, we have the folder for footer and the header. So if you go to that of footer, we have footer for CSS, footer component for HTML, then we have the footer component for the TS file. So go back and open the app component.html. Okay. So go back and open the app component.html. Okay, we already have this. So after the header and after the router, we will add that of the footer so that the footer too can appear. So we'll have, just replicate the app header and change that header to footer. App-footer. So we close that app footer. You save that. If you go to the browser window, you will see that the footer too has been added. So if you refresh, save, go back to your browser window or you relaunch, make sure you save app. So we have our header, the footer works too should be displayed. Why is it changing my port number? So do we have app footer? Footer works, right? So we are going to add our header and our footer now, right? So we'll use let's use Bootstrap, or if you don't want to use Bootstrap, you can go back to your Express and copy. Be careful. You can go back to your Express server, right? In your views, remember we created partial views. We created partial views. You can go to the main_nav.ejs, copy what you have there, but you have to edit. Or alternatively, which I would like us to do, let's go to Bootstrap and copy the nav bar, then we'll edit straight away. So let's go to Bootstrap, get Bootstrap. So go to the documentation. And where you have components, we have navbar. Components, we have navbar. So we'll copy the first navbar element there. Just copy this. Are we all there? Copy it. Then you go back to
Miss, can you repeat again?
header. Just go to your Bootstrap. Go to the Bootstrap. Once you go to the Bootstrap, go to documents or the documentation. Then at the side, locate components. Under components, we have navbar. Then the first one, the first navbar element you have there, you copy that. So once you copy it, you go back to the header component.html for your Angular. Go back to your Angular where you have header folder, header component.html, right? So you replace this, you replace it with what you have there. We don't want it to show header works. We want it to show our navbar, right? So make sure you replace it with what you have there. Let me scroll down. And we are going to edit some few things now. So we are going to edit navbar. Let's make it dark instead of light. So I'll make this, change this to dark, so that it will give us that dark color. I will set the background will be dark as well, right? So let me scroll down. We have this form element. I'll remove the form element. Remove the form element that we have there. So I will still scroll up. I'll remove after the opening of the nav, remove the second div element. We have our anchor tag, we have our button, we have the span element to close the button, we have the div element, ID, div class, navbar collapse, ID navbar supported content. Okay. Supported content. We have the unordered list. So I will remove. I will leave only the first unordered list item. I will remove all others. So I'll remove all others all the way through to before the closing of the unordered list. Delete that. Only one list item should be there. All other list items should be off before the closing of the unordered list, right? So we'll still the button class navbar toggle type button data -bs -toggle collapse data -bs equals to collapse target hashtag navbar supported content area controls, navbar, supported content. So I'll remove every other thing from here. So are we all there? Sorry? Where did I get the quote? Code. Bootstrap. Go to Bootstrap. Go to document. Go to component by the side. Then you see the navbar. What we use, same as what we use in the EJS, the Express. Right. So we'll span the so let me just confirm if everything is good. So after the button, we have the div element for the class, collab navbar class, ID navbar supported content. Then we have the supported content. Then we have the order list class navbar. So I will change this also. The order list, I will set this to ML auto. Sorry, that's L auto. I'll remove the other part. Just set it to ML auto. Okay. I'll save that. It should still be compiling. I hope there is no error. Mine says failed, so I still need to check what is going on. ML auto. The closing div element. Okay, one of it should go off. Right. Okay, so it's successful now. So if there's error, it should tell you failed. So the last, I remove one div, so remove the closing, right? And set that to, okay, the home page, I'm going to put an icon from the font also. So after the area current page, you add hyperlink reference, and after the hyperlink reference, I put open the I class to add the font equals fast space far dash LG space far dash laptop dash house. Then we'll close that. We'll close that. So if you save that, it will still be compiled successfully. Then you can go back to your browser window and refresh to see what you have. So if you go back to, if you refresh, okay, I still need to change some few things. Okay, where you have your nav, change this to Comp229. That should be the name. Please, we need to create the group now before the end of the class. So remind me when it's 15 minutes to the end of the class so that we can create our group for the project. So let me go back and refresh. Okay, so we still have, there's an error because there's an error. It's all to show our nav element. So let's go back to that script. I hope we saved. So this is header component.html. So let's check what do we have there? Header component.html. It ought to show us we have the class, navbar, expand LG, okay. Navbar dash dark, then background dash dark. Let me see. Okay, so that's the error. So here, please modify what you have here. Sorry? Towards the end of the screen. So make sure you change that, save it, go back to your browser window and refresh. It's because of the size of my screen. Yours should be on a line, right? Right? So it should have it on the line, on a single line. If you go back, sorry. If you click on this, it will show you your home, right? So it should be on the straight lines because of the configuration of my screen.
It can show the
So for those that are there already, the list item, the LI, opening and closing, copy and paste it how many times? We have about, we have product, we have services, we have contact, right? So copy and paste it 4 times, then we have to modify it and put the icons.
I'm not sure why it's not working.
Why it's not working? Remember, I said go to the first nav.
Is that
Can you move a little? Let me see.
because I cannot see the code.
Scroll up. You know, I told you to modify something in the nav. Go to the left. LG. Have you corrected that? LG space nav bar. Nav bar dash dark. Dark. Okay. So scroll. Okay, let me scroll to the right so that you can see what we have there.
See everything?
You have like a button for like at the end.
So this is what we have towards the ending. So if you are successful, copy and paste it. The product, services, contact. What else do we have? About. So that's copy and paste. Is it 4 or 5 times down? Product, services, contact. About 4 times. Then you change where you have home. You put about, product, services, contact. Then we will change the icon, right?
This is for navigation bar.
Yeah, for the navigation bar, the list item. So
Please, can I scroll back to left?
line 11. So remember to remove one div. We have deleted one div element, so remove the closing of the div element. Right? So I need you to just copy and paste this. So once you are done, the first one we had is home, the next one will be about. And for the about, the icon, for you to get the icon, you can go back to the Express server we created in the server folder and the views. We created partial views there. So open the main underscore nav.ejs to get the icon, or you can go to your fort also if that works for you. So for the about, I'll just copy the I class, the fort also. So I'll copy that. I'll go back to my header components. I'll override it. Right? So the next one too also is services. I'll copy this. This is services. You add the icon, or you can just go to your Fort Awesome and use that. That will be fine. So after the services, you have the products. I'll copy this. So next one is products. So the next one is books, and should we leave it out? Okay, let me just add it, because it will still create. And we have another one. So we have another one called contact. The last one called contact. I will copy the icon. I'll copy the icon. So if you are done, save it, go back to the browser window and refresh. You go back to your browser window and you refresh. So we should have all that, right? Are we on the same page, everyone? We can't complete this in class, so you have to go and watch all the videos. I will try as much as possible to upload the final zip. And I don't know. Do you have someone that can type very fast? Maybe I need to get someone so that we can type this out and have it like a manual, so that you can just, as you are watching the video, instead of slowing you down, going back. I know watching videos can be time consuming.
Is it possible to download the videos from the presentation?
The videos is there already.
Yeah, but is it possible to download it to the computer? There
You
is
can
no
download it, yeah, you can download.
And when we download it, you will just give us like a URI, and when we click on it, you will just post it at the browser.
It doesn't open.
Yeah, it's not open as like a video file.
So what can you do to that? Do you need a
can
converter?
contact the IT help desk. Maybe we can fix it for you.
Okay, because I don't.
Because I don't think
Yeah.
it's like from you.
And there's a textbook. I think there's a textbook in that you can even use that gives a step by step.
And Miss, can you show the code again? Sorry.
So we have done this. We need to our footer. We need to change the footer. Remember. So you should have yours on a single line because of the screen size of my the settings. So which one do you want? Header components. Which one?
Head
Just
on.
gonna install
Eh?
it, it's gonna download it like a zip file.
Head on.
Which
Or is
one?
the same?
Which one?
Just gonna do it down.
The header header component.html. Don't look at the EJS again because we are done. Just copy. So the next thing now, we need to make the so we've been able to complete the header, right? So we are going to change, remember the anchor tag, hyperlink reference, we said hashtag, we can actually change it to, no, we have not created the pages. We are yet to create all the pages. So let's do the footer. I hope we are all good with the code so that we can continue. So let's go do with the footer. As time goes on, if you look at what we have here, we said hashtag. This needs to, we need to change it to the pages once we create the pages, right? But for now, let's just leave it at that. So remember to change. If we don't complete that, we can't complete that in class because of the time frame. Right, so let's create the footer now. So let's go to the footer component.html. So the footer component, remember we have the header and the footer. The footer component.html, we are still seeing footer works, but want to add the right footer. So you can go back and copy from your EJS, the express we created in the server where you have the partial, in partial views, bottom underscore nav.ejs. Right, so copy all what you have here, then navigate back to the footer component.html. Footer component.html. So select or paste, remove what you have there and paste this in. So I'm going to adjust this on my own part now because when we did it earlier on, so I'll take this, I'll put it in the fixed button where I have my fixed button. But if you have changed yours, you can just leave it if it's good. Right, I'll just mark this as comment. So if you go back to your browser window and refresh, you will see that the footer has been added. Right. So we are going to add more components. We are going to create components for all our pages. So after we have created the component, then we'll add a route to, you know, the pages. So that once you click on the list item on the navbar home, it will open the home page, right? So we are going to create the component for all the pages now. So we are going to add the component. Let's go back to our terminal. I hope everybody is on the same page. So let's stop the server. So once you stop the server, ng space generate space component space pages / home. Enter. Make sure you are in your workspace. Be sure you are still in the client workspace. So it will generate, it's generating the pages. So it has generated the pages for home And for the home, it will create the HTML, the CSS, and the TS file.
Can I show you again?
Let me put it up so that we won't. I think I have been to the navigating between the door. Just what we did earlier on, ng space g. Okay, let me put it up so that we'll just change, right? So ng space generate space component space pages. We are trying to create the pages. The first page we want to create is home page. Then you press enter. Right. So we'll create all the pages. So this will be /about /contact /products /services. So repeat the so I just generate components. We have done the home. I'll just change that to about. Enter to create that page. So just hold on for it if your system is slow. Use the arrow key to pull it up. I'll change the about to contact. Enter to generate the contact page for me. Just use your upper arrow key. I will change that now to product. Products, enter. Then the next one is services. Enter. So we are going to create the routes for all of these pages that we have created. So to do that, if we go to the partials folder, we click on the partials folder, we have the app routing modules. Click on the partials folder, open the app routing modules. We need a router to be able to, connect it with each of the pages to each of the nav elements on the nav bar. So open the app routing modules. Where you have that variable declaration, const routes equals to routes and empty, the other empty square bracket. We are going to put the path to the routes so that each of the pages can link up with each of the elements on the nav bar. So I will open up the square bracket, enter. So we'll say path full colon for the home page, comma, the components, full column, home components. Home components, comma, let me check. Parts, components, full column, home components. Right. So move your mouse pointer to it. This is correct. it needs to import some few things. If you look at the top, we have import this, import the router, import the engine model. So move your mouse pointer to the top, then click on quick fix. Quick fix, it pop-ups, it said we need to add import from that pages in the home component so that it will add it here, right, instead of typing it. So click on add import from pages. So it has added it. It has added it and they are taking that error off, right?
Actually, okay, add it.
Okay. So we'll do same. Let's copy and paste and we'll change, or you can type it one after the other because we need to import the components for each of those pages. So let me see if I copy and paste whether it will allow and modify. Let me do one so that we can be fast. I will change this to this is about components, then this is about components. Okay, so we have that. So just right click, move your mouse pointer to it, click on quick fix, then add import. So it will add that, to import the component for that. So I will copy and paste. We have 3 more: product and services and contact, them will modify so we can be fast. So the next one is products. So we have the products. The products component. Move your mouse pointer to it. Quick fix. Then you add from import to import the component for that. So the next one is services. So you change this to services.
Sorry, mine said no quick fixes available when I just put my mouse on it.
No quick fix available.
Yeah.
Did you install the TypeScript? Remember the first thing we did was to install TypeScript, right? We said Angular does not work. Angular works with TypeScript. So if you miss that part, you might need to install that. I'll be with you in a minute. So let's add this. So modify the next one, which is contact.
Does it matter about the order?
It doesn't matter the order, so far you have it. Contact, component, fix. So we import the component for that. So we won't have to do this at the back end again. We have done this in the front end. So the next thing is for us to add it to the main nav bar. Just give me a second. Let's add it to the nav bar so that it will be worked in now. Then. So next we will add it to our nav bar, right? So let's go back to the partials folder. In the partials folder, let's open the header folder and open the. So in partials folder, we have the header. So go to the header folder. Open the header folder. So open the header component.html. Header component.html. Remember we said hashtag earlier on, right? So we are going to replace all the hashtag with the necessary page. So for home, I will just say home. For about, so just scroll down. For about, I will add about to that. For products, so check your own order. So I think I have services here. So you have to put a forward slash there. Sorry. Forward slash home. Forward slash about. And this is services forward slash services. products /products. We have the book list. Remember the hyperlink reference to the book list. We used /book list. You can mark this as comment for now. Maybe I will still mark it as comment. Then the contact. We have /contact. So if you save that, so we can reload your page, or before you reload the page, in the Comp229, here we say hyperlink reference, let's say you should go to the root, that is the home page. So you should go to the root, that is the home page. So we save that and can go back and launch ng serve space / open. I don't know why mine is just changing the ports, maybe because I didn't close it.
Okay.
So if it's successful, so you can check home, you should open the home page, right? It's empty now, so but you can add about, should open, okay, about, you still have about works, right? So you can just try it, go and put maybe edit style 1 or something there, it will show up here, right? So we've been able to create all the pages, we bring them to the nav bar, it's working. So remember we said when you click on the Comp229, you should go to the index page. So we are going to add that to our script. Are we all on the same page? Right?
So my links are working, but it doesn't display the all works when you click it as header. Like when you click about, you get the message.
About works.
Yeah, and I don't have that.
You don't have that. Maybe you did not. Did you do the header? You know, we did
The header.
something. But no worries.
No.
No worries. We are still going to remove this. You know, you have to create your own about page, right?
I think I know.
So it's just to show that it's working. We are testing it is working, right? I hope it's working for everyone. So this is just to test that our pages are working, right? Check.
Say something about you're seeing this certain evil text.
Now, did you close it now? And did you open it? Is it open? No, when you open it now, is it open? zero.
It just says links must have this Cernable text element as well. Title action.
Links must have describable text. Element has no title attribute. Check that. What does it say? I'll do it again, so check. Right? Okay, so if you go to that header, after the header we have what we call, are we together? App routing module. So open the app routing. This is our routing module, right? That we have worked on initially. We need to add, remember we said if you click on that Comp229, which is probably will be your logo or the name of your contract or your company, you should go back to the home page. So we just add that at the end here. We'll set the path empty. It should comma redirect to the home page. Match before. So you can save that. You still can save that and test it. It should still say compile successfully. And you refresh your browser window. Click on this, it should take you to the home page. Right. So the next thing now we'll be building our bookstore. Application. We want to build our bookstore application, so we are going to create a new partials for that page. So we'll call the new partials base page. So we have all our pages linked to, you know, each of the nav list elements. So you can build on your pages, right? Okay. So, but the second assignment, I hope we are able to complete it, and I will send the zip file. The second assignment, the first assignment is just for you to, I will open it. Let me check the time. Okay. The second assignment, you need to create a CRUD operation, right? Just like we did in our Express. Remember when we used EJS, we created a CRUD operation to add, to delete, to edit, right? So we are meant to use Angular to create the CRUD operation here. But if we don't do it before, I hope we'll do it before that. But if we don't do it before it, then we'll have to, maybe you repeat the CRUD operation from the EJS. Then by the time we do the third or second part of the second project, you now use your Angular CRUD operation. But let's see how it goes, right? So once we build our bookstore application, so we're going to create a new partials for that called base page. So let's go back and make sure you are in your, okay, stop the server, Ctrl+C, let's stop the server from running. So make sure you are still in your workspace, right? So we say ng, you can use the short for space G, that is generate, space C, component, space partials, / to generate the partial for the base page, / base page. Let me move this up so that we can see it. Then enter. So if you look at the left hand side, you see the base page there, right? Folder. Open the base page folder. We have the base page components.css for the CSS. We have the base page components for the HTML, and we have also the base page component TS. Okay, so let's open the base page component.ts. Component.ts. Right. So we're going to create a property called title. We'll create a property called title. So where you have the export class base page component, implement the on init. After that, we'll add the title property and we'll set it to string. We set it to string. When that with semicolon, we have an error, we will fix that. So we'll set it to string, and after in the constructor, we'll set the private route to use the activated route, the route we had already activated, right? Remember, we have activated the route for the other pages, so we want it to use that route. So we say private route full column activated route right. So here it says, I will tell you to fix this activated route. Just make sure it's activated. You have spelled it correctly. It's activated route. So I will say quick fix. You should add the import from Angular for that router. So once it fixes that, you see to say import activated route from Angular. Right. So apart from that, we are still here to fix the title. Let's just move on. After the ng on init void, we'll use a constructor. We'll say this dot title equals this dot to use the route dot to create a snapshot of that dot data dot title. So there's an error there. So let me say you should do a quick fix. Use element access for title. So let's just move your mouse pointer, do a quick fix there. Let's do a quick fix for this as well. I hope the quick fix works for us at the long run. So move your mouse pointer to it, do a quick fix, and I will say add definite assignment accession to property title string. Right. So it could be exclamation, or you could have this as title. Right. So, but let's go on. We were still going to inject that title on each of the page, so that the title of the page, once you open the page, it will show home, about, products and services. Right. So still in that base page component.cs, let's confirm whether we have we have added the router, right? From imported the router. Okay. Okay. So we go to the app routing modules. App routing modules after the header folder. After the header.component ts file, go to app routing modules. Open the app routing module one more time. We are going to add the title. Remember, we have created the title. We want to inject it so that it will come up in all the pages. So we are going to add it to the existing part that we have created. We are going to add it to the existing part that we have created. So we have created the part for home, about, product, services, contact. So for the home, after the home components, we have a comma, then we'll say data. It should use the title that we have created. It should inject that title to the home page. So we'll do same. So I'll just copy this and add it and modify. So we want it to inject all of this. So copy, comma, I'll paste that in. So this will be, the title for this will be about so this should be about so we paste after this comma, Ctrl V. This will be products. So the next one also, comma, Ctrl V. You modify that title, that will be services. Services. You modify this to be contact. Just what you have on the path you have created as the path. Please check the order you have it in. So we have contact. Right, so we'll end it there. So you can save, always save your changes so that when you relaunch. So save it. So once you have saved that, we open the base page component .html. So let's the base page component .html now. We'll delete what we have there. Base page works, delete it. So we'll just create a jumbotron. We'll add welcome to, then we'll inject that title that we have created into it. So I will create a div element with a class called container. After that, we'll create a div element with class equals jumbotron. create an heading style, one element, opening and closing. So for the opening of the eighth one, we'll create it with class equals to should display -4. And what do we want it to display? Welcome. We say welcome, and we'll inject that title into it. Sorry, welcome. E is missing. Then we'll inject that title into it. So let's save this. So we close the div element. Remember, when you open a tag, you must close it. Close the two div elements. So you save that. So we'll link our home page now. So we'll work on each of the pages now to be able, we've injected that title here. So we want on each page to say welcome to home, welcome to, I just said welcome, let's add to. Welcome to so we'll have that. So welcome to home page, welcome to open each of those pages. You just put those titles, welcome to home page, welcome to about us, welcome to product, and so on. So let's save this. We'll now link it to our home page. So let's work on the home page. We'll work on the pages one after the other to put the injected title on the pages. So if we can't complete it, what's the time now? If we can't complete it, we'll do like I mentioned, we can't finish everything in class, right? So but the pages we are able to complete, please complete the rest on your own. Just injection of the title to each of those pages. So we'll go to the SRC folder. We have our app. We have the pages. So in the pages are the pages we have created, right? So let's start with the home page, the home folder. So click on the home folder. Open the home.component.ts. We'll compose a new object for that. And remember, we created a base page. So we'll extend that to the base page. So we have imports component from Angular. Right. Before we add the partials, let's extend. So let's export class home component. We are going to extend the export to the base. Remember, we created the base page component. So we want to extend the export also, so as we export, apart from the home component, we export the base page. So we say extends. There's an S there, so don't miss it out. Base page component. So it should extend the export of this class home component to the base page component. So base page component, you have saying an error. So do a quick fix, and it says you need to add the partial import. So click on it, import, so it will add it. Right. So once you are done with that, we'll call in the super, or we add the route to the constructor, the activated route, the route we have activated, we want it to use it. So we say route should use the activated route. So we have activated route here also. It wants us to do an import. So if you move your mouse pointer to it, make sure your spelling is correct, activated route. Click on quick fix and you go to add import from Angular router. So it will have added it. So but it's still saying an error. We need to create a super route. So super route, end that with semicolon, so you should use a super route. Then the ng on init, we have an error there. Let's do a quick fix. It said we should add override modifier. So let's hope it works for us. So it will override that. Right. So let's save this. So let's save this. So let's go back in the home folder. We'll open the home components.html. So see here, open the HTML. What we have there is home works, but we want it to use the base page. Remember we created the base page. We want to indent that base page. So if you go to the home.components.html, change this to, let it use the app. Let me go back to this txt. We want it to use the app base page. So we'll change that to app dash base dash page. Then we'll close that. So let's save this. So you can go back to the browser window, reload, and make sure it's still recompiling, and go and check your browser window. We have done this for home page. We'll go back to contact. We do it for all the pages. So you can, once you have saved, you can go back. So it takes a while. If you, I don't know why it's just changing my buttons by now. So let's just hold on for it. So if you go to home, to say welcome to home page. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so let's do it for about, it's all to display. I hope we saved everything. Do you all have that? Did it say welcome to home page?
The H is case sensitive.
Which one?
When we were doing the routes, we made the H capital, and it's case sensitive.
So module, app routing modules. This one.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, okay, thank you so much. Okay. So please change that. The app routing module. The app routing module. The app routing module where we have the component, the path. It should be lowercase h. Right. So it should be lowercase. So let's change that. So we have gone for home. We'll do same for other pages. So let's do same for other pages. So let's do same for other pages. same manner, let's go to about page. We just for about page. So open the about folder. So we are done with home. Let's open the about folder. Go to your app, the pages. So open the about folder. Open the about component.ts folder. So just same as what we did earlier on, right? We said export about component will extend. So extend base page component. So to implement that, then move your mouse pointer to it, do a quick fix, add, import that. So the constructor also, remember our constructor will create the route for the constructor. We ask it to use the activated route, and in the curly bracket we'll create the super, to use the super route, and that with semicolon. The activated route we need to import, so move your mouse pointer to it, click on quick fix, then add import from Angular. It will add the base page component, right? So the ng on in it, remember we did a quick fix on it as well. So move your mouse pointer to quick fix, tell it to add override modifier, right? So you can save that. So make sure you have all your partials imported, right? Then open the about component.html. So we'll delete this, we'll use the app base page. So we have open the app dash base dash page. We'll close it. Right. We'll save that. So go back to the browser window once you save, and it has compiled successfully. If the compilation is successful, wow, we have gone past our time. You should have, if you go to about, to see welcome to about.
Did you move all of the nav and the footer into the base page?
The nav in the footer,
The header and the footer?
the header and footer goes in there. You have
Base
the,
page.
is it the base page? You have it, you have the router, then you have the footer. So we have it in, is it there?
I think I missed it because I know, like you,
We had it in, I can't remember, where we had,
you had it in the app component, but I think you took it out. I'm
No,
not sure how you did that.
app, I think, is it the partials? Yeah, it's in the
Still there.
partials.
Okay.
In the partials, app.component.html, in the partials, so that we can render it on all the views.
When it's what, the partial,
Eh?
it should be in the apps.
Or? Under the partials, we have this.
This one is the.
For the partials,
It's also the partial.
is, okay, let me close the partials so that you can see that. When you created the partials, it generated it. So it's inside the partials, inside the app, right? So these are all the partials. partials folder, it will generate this. Okay, so it is this partial view that is being rendered on all the pages. Okay. So I will leave you to do the other pages, right? Just follow the step, create it on other pages. So our pages, all our pages, they are all working, right? Just to add content onto it and to create our group operation and a shopping cart. So I will add it up and I will upload the final zip. I will send, please look out for my email. I will send an email. If possible, I will create a Word document to highlight what I have done, and probably I will put the, if I can't type it, I will take a screen snapshot of what I have on paper. I like to write.
Yeah.
So I might give a screen snapshot of all what I have on paper. Or I don't want to tell you I will type. I don't have the time to type, right? And I will put a comment and also send an email and tell you what I have done so far. But watch Professor Tom's video. The video is fine and it's okay. But I know some of us like to, walk along at the same time instead of watching the video and going back and forth, right? Okay. So now we need to create our groups. We need to create our groups. So I'll go to, I hope, oh my God. Okay, we need to create our groups. This is section 004. Okay, so if you go to communications, groups, okay, let me first of all check the class list. How many are we in the class? Are we up to 27? Okay, class list. Oh, sorry. Class list. We ought to be 20, okay, 27 with myself, 28. So we're going to create a group of 28 divided by 5, 10, 5 times 5, 25. 6 times 5 is what? 30. So we're not up to 30. So 5 times 5, 25. We have 2 people more, 27, so we can add them. So 5 groups of 5 people, right? So I'm going to go to the groups. I'm going to delete some groups there now. So we only have group. Okay, we can have 6. Okay, 6 people can be in a group. So if we have 6 times 5. Huh?
5 to 6 people in each group.
Yeah. So we are going to 5 times 5, 25. 5 people in a group. We have 2 more, then we'll put them over. So if you want to choose any of the group member now, you have the chance to do it now because we're going to. So if you want to choose anybody in your group now, please sit together and connect now. So how many groups so that we can form the group now?
Wait, just join.
So I will say this is group 1, right?
We have
With him,
One lady there.
like the guy who's not here, I know his name,
Huh?
so we can just put it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be
We
5,
can
right?
add him.
Yeah, so,
Okay. I know you are 3. Your friend is not here.
his name.
So we need 2 people to join. So group 1, group 2,
You just like adding.
group 3, group 4, right?
Yeah, there's another guy who's not here, so we're just adding him to our
Yo,
group.
so group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So I need you to go into that group now and put your name, sign into the group. Group 1. So all the group 1, go to group 1 and sign up. Group 2. So tell your friend to sign up, then those that come in will add them to your group. Then group 3. So group 4. Hello, my friend. Should join this group. That's group 4. Yeah. 2 of my friends sitting there, they are not. I've not seen them this. I didn't see them this. So group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4. So go into the group. Go to your communications. So go to communications. and you have find group, and you have an assignment. The the first project. So please go in and sign up. Group. Click on group. Once you click on group in communication, just locate your own group and sign into it. So once you are done, the first project ought to be due this week. We have opened it up till next week. Next week, I will do 2 submissions. This week and what we'll do next week. So if you go to week 8, where you have team project component you can read through. So the team contract, I think I still need to re-upload it because it's showing another team contract here. Team contract template. Okay, if you open the contract template, you also have it in the submission. If you open the contract template, let me see. So there's a template for that. If you open the contract template, so what will it contain? We are going to submit this document. Contract template, the name of your team members, their contact information, the expectation when you have decided to always meet. So you need to fill up all these requirements. Then this is just to agree to the terms of condition, right? So your team members, everybody will sign, right? Then you upload it back. So that's apart from this, you also will submit, let me see, this is okay. Okay, so this is the second one. This is what you will submit now. So in your team, you have to, though you are going to work together as a team, but as you start creating your application, someone will stand as a UI programmer, security programmer, database programmer that will manage the backend, technical artist for the design, front-end developer, back-end developer, web designer. However, all team members will be considered programmers for this project, right? So whichever one you are acting, you are all programmers. So you sign the contracts that I have put up the other time, and also, let me just read through. So when you are creating your team, you have to create a logo, right? You create a logo, then you give a name. You can give a name to your, maybe something and co, your organization, is an organization. So you choose a team name. You all agree to choose a team name, and you create the logo. You create the logo that you will do. The logo you have created will be on everything, your application. Remember this application that we are building, we say Comp229, so your logo will be there. So you have to design that logo. Don't download from the internet. Just simple. Don't make life complicated. Just a simple logo, right? So you are going to submit your logo, PDF file, and also the team contract that you have signed, that all members of your group have signed. So that's the first part of your project, which you are meant to submit this week, but I've extended it to next week. So next week you have another assignment due next week. So this one is just simple. You can quickly do it before the release of the next week assignment. Okay, so I hope we have all signed into the groups. Have we signed into the groups?